And when I got started, I didn't expect to make six figures. I just wanted to make, $10,000 and tag the location so people know where you are. I think on Facebook it's called a check-in. That's big for realtors, so it shows that you've checked in that area. What's up, guys? Kash-Wayne Campbell here, broker owner with Landmark Elite Homes. Today, I have a special video for you guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be talking about why 87% of real estate agents fail and how you can avoid that trap, right? Here's what I want you to do, though. I want you to join the community. If you want more content like this, join the community. Go and hit the subscribe button right now. Go and hit the subscribe button right now. So let's talk a little bit. Why do 87% of real estate agents fail, right? So I get this question a lot. There's realtors from around the country that reach out to me and they ask me, how can I become a superstar in this business? How can I really start to do deals, right? And as a coach, a broker, I really had to think about it like, how are top producers created, right? And that first year is really monumental in your growth and success, right? So statistics show 75% of realtors fail within the first year, and 87% of realtors fail within the first 5 years. That's a high turnaround, right? You guys can agree with that. It's a high turnaround. Most agents, I'll tell you the truth. See, we're talking here, right? Most agents look at shows like HGTV, Million Dollar Listing, those shows, and they feel like it's so easy to get started. You can go sell a brownstone tomorrow and make a six-figure check. For some agents coming into the business, it does happen. I've seen it happen where agents close their first deal, they make a good amount of money, they move to Florida, and then they retire. Right? It doesn't happen like that. But I've seen agents come in, they've closed big deals, and they tend to relax after they do that. I'm going to give you guys three things right now that I feel is going to help you to excel in real estate. If you're a new agent or you're an existing agent, but things might not be going so well, or you're someone who's looking to get started in the business, these three things are going to help you. The first thing is going to be your why, right? Why is it that you really want to do real estate, right? Some of you, you're big fans of Million Dollar Listing. You might have saw, some stars on that show, and it looks so easy and they're making a lot of money, so you want to get started. But that's not enough. What is your why, right? And we always tell people your why should make you cry, right? When I first got started in this business, I had a 3-year-old daughter who, depended on me, right? And I just remember having a 9 to 5, going to my 9 to 5, and all I could think about all day long was real estate. Like I felt like I was sitting at my desk and I could be making so much money. So I'm not telling you to do this, but I came up with a bright idea one day. I was gonna quit. So I went there and I told him, this is not working out anymore. But I had no income. But in between that time, I actually just filed my taxes. I had a little tax return, so I was able to survive on that. But it was a short amount of money. I needed to close something quick. So I put myself in an uncomfortable situation, right? And I feel that's what happens with a lot of agents is that they're so comfortable in their 9 to 5, they're not necessarily putting in the effort in real estate to become successful. So being that I left my 9 to 5, I had no income. So I went on Facebook. I started blasting it everywhere. I got a flyer done actually on Fiverr for $5. I couldn't afford anything else. I got a flyer done for $5. I put that flyer everywhere I could online. And one day I got a message in my inbox. Someone contacted me. She had a whole house rental that she needed to sell. I'm sorry, she had a whole house rental, a property that she needed to rent, and she needed me to help her rent it. So right there, I was able to secure my first client. But let's circle back around, right? As I said before, it's your mindset. Your why should make you cry. That entire time, when I quit my job and I went full time in real estate, I was thinking about my daughter. If I wasn't able to do what I needed to do, then, I wouldn't be able to support her in the way that she needed to be supported. So that's why I always tell people your why should make you cry. Is it your living situation that needs to change? Is it that relationship that you need to get out of? Right? Do you need a new car? Is it that you need to send a child to college? Your why needs to be as deep, and it needs to be really deep, and it needs to make you cry when you think about it. Number two, training. Training. Training is important. When you first get started in real estate, you need to have training, and great training that's going to help you to do business, right? Sometimes, brokerages put you in front of a camera and they say, or put you in front of a screen, and then that's your training. You need actual training, in-person training where you can go in to a location and you can get the information. The next thing I would say is mentorship, right? So it's training, mentorship, and support. So the mentorship is going to be, all right, well, here's the training. This is what you do. The mentorship is, all right, now go out there and get it done. Okay. Then the next thing is going to be the support. Hey, I did the training. Um, you told me what to do. That's the support. Now the mentorship is, hey, I have a seller now that we need to go and talk to. I have a listing appointment that we need to go on together. I have a buyer broker question, a question regarding a buyer broker. I have a question about commission. Now, your mentor is now helping you as far as with the support to go on the appointment or to go over the buyer broker to understand the commission. So now you're getting that hands-on support to take you to the next level. And that's what happens with a lot of agents. They miss these core things, the training, support, and mentorship. So what happens is you have an agent who's just trying to figure it out themselves. Then they end up just quitting the business. Confused people eventually quit. It's the reality. Confused people eventually say, you know what, this is too hard. I'm going to go do something else easier. I'm going to go back to my job. I'm going to go back to the familiar. So the training, support, and mentorship, and also your why is important in your success in the first year. These things are vital in order to make you a producing agent. The next thing, the bonus, is going on appointments. This is simple. It's going on appointments. One of the biggest downfalls I see new agents have is things like, I have to create the perfect marketing. I have to design my website. I have to put all this amazing marketing together. It has to look really good. I'm working on flyers. I'm working on posters. I'm working on building a list to make connections. It's all non-money making activities. You need to focus on money making activities, right? Creating a website is great, but it doesn't lead to money right now. You need to be taking out a buyer to see properties. When you take a buyer out to see properties, that's a money making activity. They go out and they see the property, they're going to possibly put in an offer. They go out and they see several properties, the probability is higher of them putting in offers. So that's what you need to really focus on, is going on appointments, right? You go on a buyer appointment, you work with a buyer, the buyer says, hey, I want to put in an offer. You go on a listing appointment, you meet with a seller, now you can list that house. It's a money-making activity. Now buyers come see the house, then they can possibly put in offers, right? These are things that directly lead to money. Okay, so these are things that the top producers understand, right? I did a study. I spoke to top producers around the country for the podcast, and one of the things that I started to notice is a lot of these top producers are not good with social media. They're not good with graphics. They don't know how to use Canva. But one thing they're good at is the money making activities, getting to the bag. They understand that they need to take out a buyer, a seller, and go on appointments, and that's what leads us to the bag. So if you're a new agent, that's the bonus. Or if you're an existing agent and you're not producing, you're not doing well, that's the bonus. To get to the bag, you need to take people to the homes, go and list homes, take buyers out. That's the reality. Everything else is going to come. And I know what you're thinking. Hey, Kash, I need a website. I need a flyer. You have a website. You have a flyer. You have all those things. Man, when I made the money, I hired people to do it. That's the thing. You're trying to do things you're not necessarily proficient in. Right? You got to go learn Canva now. You got to go learn how to do, videography. It's just not your passion, and it's someone else's passion that actually knows it, and it gets done a lot quicker. So as a new agent, the new agent's now trying to figure out everything: graphic design, videography, just all of these different things. When you can just work with a team around you, when you make the money, you can now hire a team around you to get all these things done at once. All right. So my name is Kash-Wayne Campbell. Again, if you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. And also, there's another video. If you haven't gotten your real estate license already, there's another video. It is called How to Get Your New York Real Estate License. We have over 10,000 views on that video right now. So if you haven't already checked it out, just go and check it out. And I walk you through the process of going through the 77-hour course on how to actually get your license and the process here in New York State. So make sure you subscribe. I'll see you guys on the beaches of the world, and definitely at the bank. You have $1 billion day.